far $200 will go with these prostitutes.
and I'm going back to the town, drop her off at the Sam Gray store across the street from the bungalow, and we get lit up by the British police behind us.
Because of the bumper.
I don't know if it's because of the bumper. I think it was because of the area we were leaving.
And they're like, oh, you're buying drugs.
Right. I think it was like that really sketchy area we were leaving. So we get lit up, but not before she...
I was going to say, hold on.
Not before she has the time to take out her straight glass pipe and put meth rocks in it and spark it up.
What's up, y'all? We're back for another episode of Once Upon A BnB, and we have another return guest in the building. But before we introduce him, it's Anns.
Wow, someone's in a rush. This is Maha.
That was our third episode recorded in a row.
This is a world record for us.
Yeah, it's a marathon. And this is Ian and our other return guest, Joel.
Hello, people. Party people.
Welcome back.
Last time you told us about your your Tulum trip.
Ian's friend from the barber, right?
It was Cancun tied into Playa del Carmen, tied into Tulum. It was a mess.
That whole
I'm flying
region.
to Cancun tomorrow morning
Quintana
early.
Roo region.
And then we're driving to Tulum.
Didn't you just get back from Canada, bro?
Yes, on Monday I went straight to the office.
Do you ever sleep?
This is all right. I didn't want to do any of these trips. But that's
Damn.
not true. That sounds bad. But
Right.
I wasn't
Fuck
planning
you,
these
Bilal.
trips.
It's your birthday.
I wasn't planning these trips, and
Shopping
I've been traveling too much, and all of a sudden these back to back, and by the way, all the cousins of my better half's brother, that's the trip to Mexico,
Right.
They're all complaining like, oh, we're still hungover from the wedding, and tomorrow we're gonna hop on a flight, but I'm actually proposing to Shafi. I can say that because
This won't
airs.
air.
Thank you.
Fist pump. If you ever see that.
Hopefully she says yes, or else this will be a really awkward episode.
Oh, go Ian.
Well, I guess,
Yeah, we already know.
and also like better than like asking in public and then she says no, like at a Braves game type thing.
Can't say no, your brother's right here. It's awkward.
Yeah. Well, her dad already said yes.
Good.
And in that culture, that's all that
Sold, yeah.
Oh, so
I kid.
cute.
He said yes.
Brown folks love to have a white in the family. It's like the trophy.
Oh, Ian, are you the trophy of the family?
I think I'm the first white guy involved.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Their kid has a chance of having blue eyes. Are you serious?
Right.
The Browns
Ian,
lose
how
their
did you
shit.
ask her father?
All right. Well, I'll be very brief. I just asked. I thought I had to have the ring when I met him. And so that's what she told me. And then
He saw that ring and was like,
he didn't even get to see it. He pulled it. I tried to pull him aside when we were outside together, and he's like, "Well, talk about it inside." Then he proceeds to give a very heartfelt kind of monologue on like love and marriage, and then he's like, "Oh, you can give it to her." And I wasn't gonna disobey him, you know. First time he called me his son, so I was like, "All right," did the knee drop, gave it to her. She stood next to her mom, shows her mom, "Oh my God," and then shows her dad, "Oh yeah," shows her brother. And then next thing you know, after all the dust settles, the ring is back in the box. And her mom was like, "Why is the ring back in the box?" And she's like, "All right, we did for the parents. Now he has to give you a proper American proposal." So that's what I've been tasked with. How do you surprise the person who's already seen the ring?
I
and
was
isn't coming?
wondering, you said proposal number 2, but I didn't know that happened, but I thought
I
you
didn't
just
know
meant like
that.
you've already discussed we're getting married.
We did that too. So I guess
Yeah.
if that counted,
Yes,
then we're at
if
number
that counts,
3.
then you're on 3.
Yeah.
But you have a game plan.
I have a game plan. I hired a company. It's
Oh
called,
my lord!
Of course he hired a company.
it's called the Heart Bandits.
There's going to be like a flash dance
Oh,
or something
flash mob,
involved.
yeah.
They actually
For
sell
sure.
flash mobs, but not,
Of course.
not in
Flash
Tulum.
mob. Flash dance is a movie, right?
Well, they dance in a flash mob, so that's the easy mistake to
Same.
make.
There you go.
Yeah, but I think that's it'll go smooth because her brother, it's like he's got an itinerary for his birthday, and so I
does
just
he
picked it
know?
back. Yeah, he's
Okay.
the only one who knows. I'm giving a little red herring to the female cousins. I'm telling them it's going to be Sunday brunch, but it's going to be Saturday when we get to Bilal's hotel before dinner, and she's going to be dressed up all nice because of the dinner plans. I was thinking about a cenote proposal. Which brings me back to your previous podcast.
Yes.
But she would not be dressed the way she wants to be, so she would kill me.
Yeah.
And so it's not
and
an
her
option.
eyeliner would be running.
Yeah,
It'd be,
she's too bougie for a cenote.
Yeah, exactly.
proposal.
No, it has to be right before dinner.
She's got
on the
Ian
beach.
wearing Gucci belts, dude, and carrying man purses.
You look nice, Ian. You look nice.
Thank you.
Very European today.
Shawty,
I
let me
came-
upgrade.
Well, we
you.
fly tomorrow, so I came straight. I couldn't avoid being suited up. And in the first episode, I thought I wanted to have like little contrast in outfits, so I kept my jacket on. Plus the judge was our guest. Anyways, let's get into Joel.
Right. This isn't about you. This is about you,
Joel's
Ian.
our guest.
So, folks, we're going to talk about a little boy's trip to Bonaire off the coast of Venezuela. It's part of the ABCs, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao.
Yeah.
So B's not for Barbados or Bermuda.
It is not. It's for Bonaire.
Don't
Bermuda
know
and
if I knew
Barbados
that.
are
I knew
like-
the A and the C. The B I was ambiguous on.
Right. I was too until I went, honestly.
There could be a
until
lot
I
of
got
people
invited.
claiming
Maybe
C.
I know them,
Costa Rica.
but also like maybe they just told you that in Bonaire and it really is Barbados. Is Barbados isn't even close to there, is
No,
it? I'm bad at
it's not.
geography.
It's not.
Okay,
No,
it
it's
is.
the
It's
ABCs,
Bonaire. It's Bonaire. All right.
and it's, yeah.
So
in
skeptical
that
these
order.
days.
But so yeah, as we talked about in our previous podcast together, I went to Auburn. I was in a fraternity, Lambda Chi Alpha, and some of us took an Auburn elective scuba diving. So the scuba diving class.
What?
and
That's fancy as
I
shit. Where the
know.
fuck are you scuba diving in Auburn?
It's the Olympic
Like
size
Raven?
pool.
Oh,
like the
in a
indoor
pool,
It's like
okay.
35 feet. I mean, you get everything you need.
We had bowling, I'm pretty sure, at UGA.
And our final was the Cayman Islands. So we got like a
That's
7-day
so
trip
cool.
to the Caymans, did 20 dives. There's another crazy story involved there, but
Next
long
episode.
story short, me and a few of my boys got our PADI certification.
In
at
high
Auburn.
school?
No,
and
in college.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Auburn.
College, and you got
Yeah.
credit for it?
We got credit for
That's
it.
awesome.
And the teachers and the chaperones, like they own their own dive shop in Auburn, and they were just like full-blown alcoholics. Love them to death.
There's
but-
a dive shop in Auburn again,
I
and
know.
everyone's just diving in swimming pools?
Exactly.
That does sound like
I guess.
Alabama.
And-
Didn't
well,
think Auburn was a big
and so
dive destination,
That's
but
just to
apparently.
get your certification, and then you get to go to like cool places like the Caymans,
Okay.
Bonaire. But so we graduate college. We're like, let's do a Bonaire trip. One of my boys from Tampa in the group, and his dad actually originated one of the first like Cuban cigar factories in Tampa. Like big deal, kind of old money. They have this house. It's got an elevator in Bonaire. It's got a private chef. All you got to do is fly there, and you're just
Say
taken care
less,
of.
something.
It's like, holy shit. All right, let's go. So 6 of us descend upon Bonaire with just like all the bad thoughts, all the bad intentions. But also we were trying to do like, a really good dive trip with a lot of drugs, if that makes sense.
That sounds so dangerous and
It's
risky
so
to me.
dangerous.
I don't think that
like
was.
diving is already pretty
So let me-
terrifying.
It definitely almost
with
died.
everyone that's listening that actually is PADI certified, like, let me just explain. Bonaire is an offshore diving thing. You don't really hop in boats and go way out into the middle of the
Okay,
ocean.
you just swim.
You kind of just like
at your leisure.
at your leisure,
If
go
you're
offshore.
diving into like a coral reef or you're going like 30 feet down, like who gives a
Right.
fuck what happens?
Exactly.
Dude, I've
You-
only done those. So I've gone 3 times, but they've all been discovery dives. So I'm going like maybe 12 meters.
Right.
And it's because I don't want to be responsible for my own safety. Like, no, you make sure my air is good and then I get back up and like,
Exactly. You
no, I'm
don't-
just trying to look
You
at the
start
fish.
panicking.
You don't need the
Yeah.
calculus involved to
Right.
know how you're going to survive. But
Right.
basically, after 33 feet is an atmospheric pressure, 66 the second one, 99 is the
see?
third. So you have to do these safety stops. Well, if you're
On drugs.
if you're not over 33 feet, you don't have
don't
to do
have
those
to.
safety
Okay,
stops. You can
gotcha.
pop up and down as you
Is
want.
that 12 meters? Is that like my discovery? I
I'm
don't know math.
not
12 times 3 and change.
yeah, meters.
Something like that?
36 something, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
All right, so no, yeah, 12 meters you would have to do a safety stop. But regardless, this is why it's not that crazy to like do some ecstasy and go 30 feet with scuba diving tank. It's just actually amazing.
I
It's
did
not
some,
that crazy.
I did Molly in the bioluminescent bays in
Puerto Rico?
where they're not supposed to
Vieques?
let you get in Vieques,
See,
yes.
me
Yep,
too.
and I got stung by jellyfish and didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever.
That was an experience too. Oh my God, I got another story. All right, but
Is that not the coolest place ever
That
to be
is
like
the-
rolling balls? You're like fucking
did-
glowing
there's
in the
wild
dark.
horses everywhere.
Yes.
You're
We were literally
the ocean's
mounting wild
glowing.
horses and just riding them. So like the locals there, they just like It's like they're, you know how we have the scooters here? It's like hop on, hop off. They literally do that with wild horses. I
That's
swear.
crazy.
They're just like, let me grab this horse,
And
hop on.
everyone
Take a
gets a
picture
Jeep.
when you park
Yes.
And everyone gets a Jeep. It's like dope.
Anyways,
But,
I digress. But
All right, yeah, we're in Bonaire now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Bonaire. All our boys get there. It's got this dope house, private chef. Like his family has been there forever, so everyone on the island knows him. They're all Dutch, and if you know a Dutch person, then I don't believe you.
I had a Dutch professor.
It is very hard to get in with these freaking Netherlandians. But
They have no friends.
they're very cliquish. But if you're in like Flynn. And we were in like Flynn on Bonaire. And we had all the scuba gear set up for us. The first day we wanted to go deep sea fishing. All right. So we're there that night and we're like, well, we might as well get 2 Colombian hookers and 10 grams of cocaine.
This is college, right?
This is after college.
Oh, okay.
This is after college.
Might as well get.
Got some
Right.
money.
We got 6 dudes. Like, so.
Right. What
The
else would
ratio,
6
though.
dudes do? I mean,
That's still a 3-to-1 ratio.
Right. Well, some of them, you know, are like married or whatever. Like some of them aren't partaking, but either way, we ordered 2 of the most beautiful Colombians on the island.
How did you order?
Yeah.
wait, you got Colombians in the
private
Caymans?
chef.
I want the whole
That's
menu.
not that I would
private
know, but that's a
chef.
common
Are there a
thing
lot
I've
of
heard.
Colombians in the Cayman Islands?
There are a lot of South Americans
Or
in the
only the
Caribbean
prostitutes?
in the sex tourism
So-
situation.
Geographically, Bonaire and Aruba are literally 30 miles away from Colombia.
They
and
swam over.
Venezuela.
And Aruba's like 12 miles from Venezuela,
Yeah,
right?
and Aruba, so it's not even 30. It's not even.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on those islands. But yeah, our chef, private chef, it's like, what do you guys want? We want 2 Colombians. Okay,
I'll have
The menu.
Right.
right. And we'll worry
Shout
about
out
the
Joe
fish
Music.
tomorrow, you know? And so 30 minutes later, knock, 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 2 beautiful girls. One of them has a clutch. The other one doesn't have anything. And they open it up, 10 grams of coke. They ask for 240.
Oh, they came together. The
They
2
came
bitches
together.
and the 10 grams
They
of
asked,
coke.
they asked for
it's like a
$240 US.
very economical of them. Very
got the
green.
meal.
Yeah.
It's a happy
Combo
meal.
Combo meal.
The happy meal.
They asked for $240 US. That's it.
Which is like
what? Including for the bitches or just for the
Including.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
you can retire off that.
Right.
Ridiculous, right? So
But the crazy part is the Cayman Islands are so fucking expensive. Like, I don't know how the locals can live so cheaply. It's like the most expensive
the
place.
Caymans are very expensive, but we're in Bonaire right now.
Oh, duh. Sorry, Caymans is your other story that we didn't
Exactly.
decide on.
So Bonaire, that happens. Great first night. We got to wake up at the crack ass of dawn to get on this fishing vessel to go into the Venezuelan waters for yellowfin tuna.
What color tuna was last night?
I could only smell it. I couldn't or see it.
Oh, God.
Edit
They
that.
can probably Maha some tuna.
But anyways, we're on board. Like two of us are puking their brains out. They can't even fish.
Yeah,
right?
deep sea fishing, literally, half the boat is always puking their brains out.
Right.
Every single time you go, half the people
there's
on
a
that
lot of
boat
work.
dying.
You have to you have to do a lot of work to get
Well, and it's very choppy. It's
the
like this.
stuff prepped and all that, and like you're paying captains to do that, but we were paying this captain that lived on Bonaire for the past 20 years.
You spent all your money on the prostitutes.
I know.
Nothing for a cup of
Tapped
time.
out. Isn't that what happened in his last story, too? They were like
Muy
trying to pay
possible.
somebody off and had
Muy
spent all their
possible.
money on the prostitutes.
That wasn't my last story. Maybe y'all's last. This was my only prostitute story.
Okay,
These were
okay,
regular
okay.
girls last time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But either way, these girls make it onto the ship.
What?
They do.
Pirates.
For an extra $50,
Bonairean
you
pilots.
can do a lot. But
Not the booty.
they make it onto the ship for a full day. We got 2 girls. We have 2 dudes puking off the side.
Wait, these are the Colombians from last night?
Yes.
From last night. It was a you know how nights merge in the
Episode
mornings.
number 3, we're having a hard time following now.
You know how nights merge in the mornings.
Oh, yeah.
Real
Yeah, all the
quick.
time.
But what are they wearing? Are they wearing their club dresses? They came
They're
on there.
wearing their club dresses. They're inside. It's a big ship. They're inside.
They brought a
like-
bathing suit.
but they're just keeping it going for us, right? And so we're out
Sounds like there's
there.
more than 10 grams in that clutch.
We're out there, and unfortunately, it's like 30-foot swells in Venezuelan waters. We're like,
These are some brave fucking working women.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Risking
They're-
it all.
they don't even know if they're going back home or not. Like to Colombia, I'm just like, all right.
There's like, boat, cool, we there.
No, but I think that's a normal thing, honestly. Like, it was so normal for them. They're like, yeah, we go on to fishing boats with white boys. We want it.
You white boys love these fishing boats.
But it makes the fishing trip, very interesting. And I had a fish on.
Some people are
So-
puking, some people are fucking.
Right. And
Some
I-
people catching fish.
And I've got this fish on, and it's a yellowfin tuna, and I hook it through the tail. You're supposed to, they're supposed
His
to like,
mouth.
through the mouth. Well, this thing's swimming the opposite way, and tail whaps the hook, and I've got this tuna through the bone, and it's like a 2-hour battle. It's insane. I do not want to be in this situation. I'm like, fuck my life.
Captain
2
Abraham.
hours.
Somebody.
I've got these girls coming
Mamacita,
over, giving me
Back
key bumps
massages?
off their nipples. I've got my
keep the fight
boys
going.
giving me
Yeah.
packed bowls. I'm like,
Keep the drugs coming.
2 hours later, we get this fish on board, and I have it hanging on my wall.
Now hurry,
Ian's
someone
seen
suck my
it.
dick.
It's actually been this same fish has been on Ian's wall and Shoplex wall.
Oh, yes, actually.
You know the fish.
How big is it?
All right, remember? All right, I joined the podcast telling a story.
Fort Fiesta?
Fort Fiesta. And for about half Fort Fiesta's life, there's a giant, is it a marlin? No, it's yellowfish tuna. Yellowfish
Yeah.
tuna. Just on our wall that Joel brought in. And actually, I think I already knew about this story.
I'm just saying.
Wait,
tuna
you didn't
told
even
me.
eat it? You just put it on the wall?
No, so what happens with like taxidermy and all like deer and anything that gets stuffed, like you basically take measurements, take pictures, and it gets sculpted by an
What?
artist. Mind
They're
blown.
not actually the animal stuff.
you
They're
eat
not?
animal.
serious?
I
You
never
eat
knew
animal.
that.
No way.
Yep.
He clearly told me about that last time we discussed this. And
I'm
in
gonna
the
have to
beginning of
Google
that story,
this
I
later.
thought he just meant you gut it, and then it's just the
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Are you sure? How sure are you?
About 100%.
How realistic
scales.
is it?
It
Looks so real.
yeah, it looks real, but it's fake.
Wait, all of them, that's what taxidermy is? It's not the art of stuffing animals.
Well, it's the art of stuffing animals, but
With
you
fake
can
ass-
use their real hide after you
Okay, at least the hide. That's what I was
just the
picturing.
hide.
Yeah.
Everything else.
So
is
fish,
like the
stuffed
eyeballs,
fish are-
the antlers.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because the bones
are
would
real,
eventually
but-
like disintegrate or something.
right. Like you've got.
Oh, it wouldn't be able to last.
Right.
Exactly.
That
So
makes
fish.
sense.
I don't know, I
Okay.
thought it was dipped
Think
in
about
wax
fish.
or
Fish is
something.
even
I don't
worse.
know.
There's no hide for a fish.
That's true.
You don't have. It used
So
to
the
be in
fish,
the day.
there's no part of the
I will
actual
say-
fish that
I will
was caught.
say back in the day, there was real fish that got just completely sprayed with this like
Yeah, I thought they were shellacked
weird
or something.
shellac.
Is that what shellac is?
Yeah, and they would disintegrate over time, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
they're just sculpted by artists.
Wow, you learn something new every fucking day.
Blew my mind.
All right. So
Anyways.
where was I? Oh yeah, we caught this
the
damn
fish,
yellowfin.
caught those.
Our
Yeah.
Fort Fiesta's wall art.
Yes, Fort Fiesta's wall art. Caught that. It was due to 2 Colombian hookers supplying me with, cocaine.
And amounts of drugs.
And we were in Venezuelan waters, which we probably shouldn't have been. And we're like, the captain was freaking out because it took so long to get on the boat.
Like,
and we
wait,
should
is
have
that a
been out of there.
Venezuelan yellowfish tuna?
Yeah.
Throw it
He's
back.
like,
Yeah. Put it back.
So we go back, and the chef is so happy. Oh my God!
Got this big tuna to cook.
I think he made $1,000 off of us because every restaurant that was around us had like yellowfin tuna on the menu as their special the day after.
Oh wow, that's a big
But
fish.
we just
After
took
the day.
took the
Wow.
tail after we took the measurements and took the pictures. We took the tail, and we had that for all week, like fresh.
What?
fishy
How
meat.
big is
Yes,
the yellowfish tuna?
how big was the wall
Huge.
art?
This
Like, how
thing
many
was-
pounds?
It
this
is
thing was-
about the size of this table that we're all sitting at for our listeners.
It's about
No
No
fucking way. No
way.
wonder it
They
took
took 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, no, it took 2 hours because I got hooked through the damn tail.
He's like, I'm a pro.
Right.
I'm not a pro, but I know, like, when we brought this thing up and it was hooked through the tail, I was like, what the fuck? Because it should have been hooked through the mouth and been way easier. But,
Damn.
yeah,
That's a lot of
it's
fish.
a big fish. It's like 100 pounds, you know.
That's crazy.
All right, hold on.
It fed an
Is it
island.
the size of this table or is it 100 pounds?
It's 100
I feel
pounds.
like
It's not the
that's
size of the
right.
All right.
This table's huge,
but it's from
The
like,
length.
It's from like that red Solo cup to that red Solo cup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For our listeners, that looks like, I don't know, like
4 feet?
5 feet.
4 feet.
It was 65
Okay,
inches,
4.5. I'm gonna give
85
you 4.5.
pounds to be exact.
All right, so that's 5 feet.
Wait, that's over
and
5 feet. That's
5
taller than
four.
me.
Yeah.
I'm like
I'm
60 and a half
6'2",
inches.
and I was holding it up like next to my face, and it was
5'5".
like on the
It's
ground.
still like
Yeah.
folded over on the ground. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
So-
That's a big tuna.
Or it was off the ground, but you know,
It was
right
big
there.
fish.
Yeah, math is hard for me.
It's getting late.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that was first night, first 2 days are just like, what the fuck? Where am I? And I'm not usually like this when I travel, I swear.
No, that's
This
your
was
last
like-
episode.
Right.
Yeah. But it was a good start, and we have fresh fish, we have everything going. So
Fresh
the next,
bitches.
Right. Fresh.
Well, the
Fresh
girls
cat,
are
fresh
gone,
fish.
and now it's time to scuba dive and do what we were trying to do.
Oh yeah, that's what we came
That's what
here
we came here for.
What were we trying to do?
Tough time.
So, so we rent our tank, and it's not like going. Usually, you like rent a boat, captain. It's like 2 dives here, 2 dives there, and you're done, right?
Mhm.
And this time in Bonaire is shore diving, so you just rent your tank for the week, and you can just kind of like switch in
Dish
and
it
out
out.
of the tanks, do what you want, and go offshore, just underneath the marinas and all that stuff. It's like no more than 40 feet. Lots of coral reef, lots of sea turtles, lots of marine life. And we took ecstasy the next day.
Okay.
And we went down there, and this underwater world was glowing. It was just rainbows here, like everything.
Unicorn
was just,
swimming like by.
Yeah, it wasn't hallucinogenic. It was just everything was just
Vivid.
Right.
And when
very
you're
vibrant.
scuba diving in a reef, for me at least, I'm always like, oh, that's kind of dark, like dull and not like popping colors, because
Because it's dark under there.
well, it's just
kind
like
of.
it gets drowned out in the water. I wasn't on Molly.
Right.
So there's that.
yeah. And
Ecstasy.
I took an entire 2 semesters of class to know like the dangers of this, and
Mm-hmm.
like I knew this was a very dangerous thing to be doing. Taking Molly and
Worth
putting
it.
scuba dive gear on and going
Yeah.
under the ocean. But I also knew my tables, and we were completely safe in this area, in this cove, right? Like you couldn't go any further down.
And on ecstasy and Molly, like you still know what the fuck's going on, and maybe
Right.
even more so. We're like, I know how to calculate everything immediately. It's not like
the aftermath was
it's
like
not
the
like mushrooms, for example.
Exactly. The
Or, like-
aftermath was like the best diving experience we've ever
Yeah.
had, just because it was just, so unique. And so we go out that night, and apparently this island is famous for kiteboarding. Like people from the Netherlands and Western Europe come down to train like for the Olympics for kiteboarding, or whatever games, world games there is.
Kite games.
The
Yeah.
World Kite Games. There's got to be. I think it might be on the X Games now, but there's just beautiful people all over kiteboarding. It's ridiculous. And
Ugly people do not kiteboard.
No.
like they
At all.
There's no way they could.
At all. Not on this fucking island.
Not allowed.
But yeah. So we meet some young girls from the Netherlands that are professional kiteboarders, and they like show us around the island
How'd
and
you
show us
meet a
to the
Dutch person?
bars. Because we had it in.
You're all
the
like
chef.
Dutch magnets.
You got to
dude.
know the
You
chef.
got one Dutch.
Ah.
All right.
You got to know the
One
chef.
Dutch
That's
brings the other
end.
Dutches.
Exactly. You got to have a
Double
Double
Dutch.
Dutch. Oh, that was good.
That was cheers to that. Actually,
Good job,
guys.
Cheers to that. That was
Empty cup.
What's that
That was funny.
previous customer's name? Fuck you.
so. I have work to do. I can't spend a whole week in It's been 4 fucking crazy days, and they're staying another 3 days. But I just remember getting woken up the next morning. There's literally the 2 Colombian hookers that have seemed to like just hang around.
Man, that $250 went
went
a long
way.
fucking way.
Girlfriend,
10 grand,
I'm
2
telling
hookers
you.
for 3 days.
I swear I didn't pay them any more, and like
they
they were
cooked
just
the fish for y'all. Like,
it was ridiculous. So I wake up and I just remember seeing both of the girls like curled up together on one bed, and like just a horrific scene, like cocaine everywhere, used condoms everywhere, like empty bottles of liquor. It was just like, oh my God, I'm leaving Bonaire.
like the hangover.
Like,
This is
what
the last
Mike
straw.
Tyson is in the bathroom. There's like a tiger. I
I'm,
think
like,
I'm
getting-
mixing this story.
I'm
up.
like literally getting dragged out. Like, you got to make your flight, Joel. You told, I'm leaving Bonaire, just like looking down. From
Did
my
I do
airplane
that?
window,
Single tear dropping down your cheek.
like, oh, I should never talk about this again. And here we are.
Except for on this podcast.
And here we are.
You've lived a
Oh my
fucking
gosh,
life.
Yes, you have. I feel like you could just have your own whole podcast.
Well, that was like a complete pivot of a story that just popped up.
Memory bank.
You like buried it
Yeah,
deep
I
down.
buried that one deep.
That's
I was
not the
supposed
one
to
you
be-
were planning on telling.
was talking-
Because I thought it was about a different drug. I swear.
I was about to be talking about Costa Rica, and this
Is
isn't-
that on acid?
I did take acid in Costa Rica, but
Okay.
it's a great time. It's a great experience.
All right, we got time for one more.
Are you sure?
One more, like, yeah.
John
Well,
might be exhausted.
let's do a little one. Let's
Do
go
the
back.
baby story.
Let's go back to the Caymans where we got certified.
Where I thought we were this whole time. Yes.
Yes. So we're in the Caymans. I'm
Studying for your final.
I'm studying for my final. We
Fumbled
have,
the bag on Emerald Lagasse at the Cayman Islands. Met him, didn't know who he was. He was like trying to holler. And then I Googled him and his net worth is fucking $60 million. And I'm like, I know you're like a short, fat Italian guy or something. Maybe not Italian. I don't know what he is.
He's gonna cook for you all the time.
I know. I
gotta
would do
get
it
your-
just for the food.
you
Fuck
gotta
the
get your
60
Google
million.
on
Just
game.
DM
Damn,
him.
I know, dude.
Just go back.
I know. Anyways, Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands. We're in the Caymans now. This is they call it the British Crown Jewel. Maybe they call that Bermuda. I don't know. It's one of those two fucking islands, but they're
Something.
both British
Yeah,
owned.
yeah, the B and the ABC, Bermuda.
Both very British owned and very.
They drive on the other side of the road.
They drive on the other side of the road. It was crazy. So first time
I rented
driving.
a car, did I?
Yeah, this is the first time I drove on the other side of the road, and it was a Toyota Yaris. It was like the smallest.
Oh my God, that's what I had.
Smallest.
I
Because it was
also
the
had a
cheapest
rental
rental.
Yaris in
Right. It's the
Barbados.
cheapest
Yeah.
rental anywhere.
Like you are 2 inches off this ground. Well, we land in the middle of a
Always 2
tropical
inches off the
storm.
ground.
So like the eye of a tropical storm, if you will. It was like calm at the time. We landed, got our luggage, got the car. All of a sudden, all hell broke loose again. And the waves are going over the roads. There's roundabouts,
Oh,
opposite
no.
opposite
The opposite
way.
roundabouts were the hardest part of driving on the other side of the road. Also, I was driving a stick shift.
I
Oh,
know.
hell
Dude,
no.
shifting with the
Yes.
opposite hand. Like, I
Opposite
can drive
hand.
a stick, but the other
So
side.
this is a lot to get used to. Like you've got
Yeah.
a tropical storm, you've got roundabouts, you've got
You're going the opposite way on the roundabout, on the opposite
hand
side of the
with a
road.
stick
It's very
shift.
confusing.
So we've got all these crabs just beelining it towards the inland from the coast.
Oh, is that what
And the-
happens?
Oh, wow.
I didn't know this, but
Me
this is
either.
what happens. And these crabs
They're
are
not raining
sticking
crabs.
their big claw up in the air like this, just crab walking across the road, right?
Is it
They're
just-
like, hold on, I'm crossing.
That's crazy.
There's a line of crabs, but there's also waves crashing, and I'm like, hold on, babe. Like, and these fucking crab claws take the bumper off of the
No,
front
they.
of the
Oh
Yaris.
no, they don't. How
They
big are
do.
these crabs?
They're not even that big, but like
There's a lot of them.
Their claws.
There's a lot
Their
of
claws
them,
are
and
so powerful.
their claws are sticking
Do
up.
they act in unison, like together, like
Well, there
clawed
was a
at one
line
time?
of crabs, and like I probably, if it was like a nice calm day, I would have let them cross. But like shit was hitting the
You're
fan.
like, fuck these crabs. Gotta go.
I'm going straight. Well, my whole bumper fucking hits my 2 front tires.
They
and
say,
it's like,
"Fuck
wah,
you."
wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah.
Let us
And-
walk
Right.
by.
Did you not see the claw? I'm trying to cross the street.
I'm in production.
crazy.
I'm in like big musical festival music festival production, and I have zip ties on me all the time for whatever reason.
Random. Okay.
I have zip ties, so I zip tied this fucking bumper together.
I was envisioning, lobsters. Yeah, like one at a time.
I got something for
That would have
you.
been resourceful.
I would have been away
a
from
lot
your
of crabs,
story.
but I got a lot of
I got a lot of zip ties.
I didn't have a lot of time though, but the zip ties worked. It got us to our bungalow, and so we have this Yaris with zip ties, and we have 20
couple crabs hanging on it.
20 scuba dives to do to
We
pass
got
our
dinner, crab claws all under the yeah.
final. So I'm like, I wonder if there's weed on this island.
It's a common theme in all of your
Right.
stories.
Like, there's got to be weed on this island. So I tell my girl, I'm like, hey, babe, I'm going to the grocery store. Like, do you need anything? No, I'm good. Take the Yaris and go to the grocery store.
Did you pass the crabs again?
I did not pass. No, the
The
storm
storm
has
Tsunami stopped.
subsided and everything was Gucci, but this one hitchhiker is sitting in front of the store and she's smoking a joint.
Where'd you get that?
Might as well like pick this person up and ask where she got that. So she's like, the
You're
next
at
town
minimum,
over.
smoke it with her.
And also on the Cayman Islands, if you've never been there, it's like very practical to pick someone up and take them to the next
Is this
town
Grand
over.
Cayman? Is the main
Yeah,
island?
Grand Cayman. So like
they're like
it's
the
like
friendliest people
yeah.
ever.
And it's like the way of the islanders, the natives of getting around. Like you
Right.
just do it, you know? And I seen it all week long. So I wasn't too skeptical about this. I just was like, yeah, hop in, like show me where the green is, you know? And she brought me into this really suspect area and I waited in the car for 30 minutes. She came back. She had some weed. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't, the money. It wasn't
It wasn't
the
worth
value.
the money you gave her.
It wasn't
Yeah.
the value.
Though.
They are. They are very
And
expensive.
it is. Like,
it is an island.
Any British territory, buying weed is so expensive. But this was like, all right, like I probably deserve a little bit more than an eighth for $200. But
Everybody just gagged.
but we pull out of this area.
How much $200 are going to get me in a couple years?
Right. Do you know how far $200 will go with these prostitutes?
And
great.
and I'm going back to the town to drop her off at the same grocery store across the street from my bungalow. And we get lit up by the British police behind us.
Because of the bumper.
I don't know if it's because of the bumper. I think it was because the area we were leaving.
And they're like,
Honestly.
oh, you're buying drugs.
Right. I think it was like that really sketchy area we were leaving. So we get lit up, but not before she.
I was about to say, hold on.
Not before she has the time to take out her straight glass pipe and put meth rocks in it and spark it up. I didn't know this at the time. Like, I'm literally like driving.
That's where
and,
that
like,
$200
Cool boy
went.
you got,
He's
yeah.
like,
all of a
got you
sudden,
an eighth of weed and got myself a pound of meth.
yeah, and all of a sudden I see this chick just lighting up meth, and then the cops lighting me up.
Oh,
And
hell.
I'm like, oh,
Simultaneously.
fuck, simultaneously. And I was like, I'm so fucked, I'm not passing this final.
Locked up abroad.
I'm not going to do 20 dives.
Right. So she goes, pull over into this marina. And we're
Still listening to
the
her.
police lights are on. I pull into the marina, park. Now the spotlight's on. He's circling us. She goes, kiss me.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
was like, oh.
Your girlfriend's going to fucking
But
kill you.
I kind of knew what
Is
she
she
was.
gonna like? That's what I said. Meth teeth or
She had normal teeth, but
Not for long.
yeah, not for long, probably.
was she passing the meth to you via her mouth or something? Or?
I did put some fingers in between, like the old middle school kind of like practice
Oh
kiss.
yeah.
But I understood what she was getting at. Like basically, if you want to fucking get out of this, like we gotta act
Let's
like
fuck.
we're hooking up. And we acted like we were hooking up in there. The spotlight came. He circled us, left the marina,
Not even questioned y'all?
not even got out of the car.
But the fact that he was behind y'all before all that was happening,
Right.
like y'all are like, fuck these police lights, gonna go make out. Like,
I
and that was
know.
a plausible story.
It's so the strangest, definitely one of the strangest things that's ever happened to me in my life was that moment. And
Maybe they're like cool on prostitutes, but hard on meth.
They're like, oh, fucking fine. Meth, no way.
Yeah.
That's what I was feeling.
Yeah.
That's what I was feeling, and I was like, all right.
He's like, oh, they're not doing drugs. They're
Yeah.
just
They're
paying
not
for
doing
sex.
anything sketchy. They're just
Yeah.
they're just doing everything sketchy.
Yeah, right.
At this point.
Right.
Damn.
So
She
I
knew.
get really heated with this individual, and I'm like, get the fuck out of my vehicle. I had no clue you were gonna be doing that.
At least let somebody know.
Yeah, like I'm not taking you
you're
back.
cool.
I'm not taking you back. Like this is where you get out, basically. She was like, "This is a small island, motherfucker." And I was like, "God damn!" I got like 3 more days on this island. I was like, "Fuck." But I did have a good bag of weed in my gas tank.
Good $200 bag of weed.
And I ended up having a successful pass final and getting my patty license, and
Did you ever see her again?
I never saw that girl
Not that
again.
small of an island. Were you about to say that?
Yeah. No, I was not traveling around after that.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a
She did
success
scare me.
story.
I mean, you know, meth heads are pretty unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, when
so-
I graduated college early and I had to go back to Henry County where I grew up, but all my friends were still in college, so I had to hang out with the Henry Countyans that like didn't go to college. And meth is like a normal fucking thing. Like how we like come home from the bars and pass around a bowl of weed. They literally are passing around a bowl. I was like, oh, is this weed? They're like, no, it's ice. I was like, oh, casual
Crazy.
smoking meth. And then they're just like taking VCRs
Did they
apart
understand
and
the
shit. Literally. Until the sun comes up. They're just fucking.
Did they understand the seriousness at the time?
Breaking
I mean,
Bad
I
hadn't
didn't
come out
ask.
yet.
It hadn't come out yet.
I called a ride.
Did you think it was a bowl at first, like a marijuana bowl?
Right, I thought we were
That's
about
what
to.
I
thought
thought.
she was about to
Thank
pass
God I
me a
didn't hit
bowl of
it.
Marijuana, like she got her little
Yeah.
marijuana
Mm-hmm.
stash cool.
That explains it. Just an
But no, it was
Right.
a rock, and it definitely smelled different. And then all of a sudden, the police, and I was like, my heart just sank.
Yeah.
To the fucking floor.
But I got out of that shit.
How?
Yes.
But your
You've
girlfriend
escaped a lot
calling
of
you.
bullshit.
What's she trying to find? Because you went to the grocery
I
store.
had so many
Oh
missed
yeah,
calls.
what did you say?
I had so many missed calls. That's
How'd you explain her mouth going numb after y'all reconciled with a kiss?
that was not good. I came back with weed, and she thought I just went and
Got weed the whole
which
time.
I did, but
Yeah, but it's
like,
not
he's
I
like
left
that.
out everything.
I'm sure.
Because why would I even put that on myself?
Don't. Yeah.
I told you,
Now
stop doing
she's
this
happily
crazy
married
shit.
with, like, 2 kids.
Well, you know, that's how I be.
Like I would go be doing meth things. Gaslight her, fuck her.
All right. Wow. You did not disappoint, Joel, with like
Never.
round 2. After
hear-
ghosting us twice. But anyways, we forgive you. Those stories were
It wasn't
worth
a
it.
ghost. I gave him a detailed excuse.
Explanation.
Afterwards? Yeah.
Wait, was it afterwards?
Yeah.
Your phone died.
Right, supposedly.
Oh no.
But what about the time before
okay,
that?
I actually got this. All right, so I'm at Lake Lanier for the 4th of July weekend, right?
Congratulations on surviving.
And my phone goes to the bottom of Sydney Lanier.
Oh, man.
Lake Sydney Lanier.
Is that Lanier's first name?
Yeah, it is.
Damn,
know that.
Sydney.
I've been just
All
calling
right.
it Lanier to protect the innocent like the past couple episodes.
Thanks again, Joel. It's been another episode of Once Upon a BnB. I'm in.
Oh, and I'm in.
This is Maha and our return guest.
Joel.